Hari Om. As I told, as a conclusion, you are given with a brief history of Napoleon. So, in the third subunit, we studied the rise of Napoleon as the military dictator in France. So, I will provide you a short history of Napoleon. Napoleon Bonaparte, a warrior, emperor, despot who changed the face of Europe. A man of conviction, Napoleon Bonaparte was one of the greatest military leaders in history. He emerged out of the revolutionary wars and became the new savior of France. Born in 1769 in the island of Corsica, Napoleon Bonaparte studied in the military school in Paris. And the political instability of the Directory paved the way for the rise of Napoleon as a dictator. And by 1804, Napoleon crowned himself as the Emperor of France. In 1804, in the year 1804, Napoleon crowned himself, or he declared himself as the Emperor of France. And after becoming the emperor, he set out to conquer neighboring countries of Europe, dispossessing dynasties and creating kingdoms, and there he placed the members of his own family to carry on the administration. So after becoming the emperor of France, he set out to conquer the neighboring countries because his intention was to become the emperor of the European continent, to be a world conqueror. For that, he set out to conquer the neighboring European countries and dispossessed the dynasties there and created French kingdoms where he placed members of his own family. Napoleon saw his role as a modernizer of Europe. He saw himself as modernizer of Europe. As you can see in the screen, so this is the kingdom of France. And in orange shade, these areas are where the French armies extended their power. And these are the enemies of France during that time, shaded in blue color and light blue shade. They are the enemies of or nations against Napoleon. And in the areas where he conquered, he introduced so many changes. So the changes through laws, whatever he introduced in France, he introduced the same in the conquered territories. And it is commonly known by the name Napoleonic Code or the Civil Code. The Civil Code made by Napoleon, it is popularly known by the name Napoleonic Code. And the important changes what he made was that he introduced a protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measures provided by the decimal system. So, protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measures provided by the decimal system. And in the beginning stage or initial stage, many people saw Napoleon as a liberator who would bring freedom for the people. That is, in the conquered territories, that is other European countries, they also welcomed the French armies in the beginning stage because they viewed Napoleon as a liberator who would bring freedom for the people. But gradually, the British, that is Napoleon's armies came to be viewed everywhere as an invading force. That is the spirit or the welcome that they got in the beginning gradually slowed down because gradually these armies were viewed as invading force. And as a result, that is the other European powers who were against Napoleon, they grouped themselves into a confederacy and they turned against Napoleon. And the joint army of the European powers met with Napoleon's army. And finally, in the year 1815, at a place called Waterloo, Napoleon was finally defeated. At a place called Waterloo in the year 1815, Napoleon was finally defeated. And he was imprisoned and taken to a island of St. Helena, where he eventually died in 1821. So that is happened to Napoleon. And he is regarded as one of the greatest military leaders in world history. And the ideals of the French Revolution, that is liberty, equality and fraternity, or the ideas of liberty and democratic rights, these were considered as the most important legacy of French Revolution. So the most important legacy of French Revolution is the principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. And these ideals from France, it began to spread the rest of Europe during the 19th century. So from France, these ideals, they began to spread to the rest of Europe during the 19th century. And here the feudal systems were abolished and a democratic form of governments began to be formed. And in India also, the revolution had its impact, or the ideals of the revolution had its impact in our country also. And the two important persons who were inspired by the French ideals were Tipu Sultan and Rajaram Mohan Roy. So Tipu Sultan and Rajaram Mohan Roy, they are the two examples of individuals who responded to the ideas coming from the revolutionary wars, or who were inspired by the ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity. So that's all from this session. So listen again. In the year 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself as the Emperor of France. And after that, he set out to conquer neighboring European countries, dispossessing dynasties and creating kingdoms, and where he placed members of his own family. And he considered himself as a modernizer of Europe. And he introduced many laws such as protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measures. And in the beginning stage, many saw Napoleon as a liberator who will bring freedom to the people. But soon, the Napoleonic armies were viewed as an invading force. As a result, he was finally defeated at Waterloo in 1815. So this year is very important. So Waterloo happened in 1815. And the ideals of, or the ideas of liberty and democratic rights, they were the most important legacy of the French Revolution, which is spread from France to the rest of Europe and to the world. And Tipu Sultan and Ram Mohan Roy are two examples of individuals from India who responded to the ideas coming from revolutionary France. So that's all. So with this, we completed the first chapter in history of the French Revolution. I will send you the notes soon, and some students send me the notes of 4th and 5th subunits. Those who didn't send, by Saturday, everyone in 9A and 9B should complete the notes and should submit on Saturday, on or before Saturday. If you are able to complete by tomorrow, you can, or Saturday is the last date for submitting the notes. If it is not done, I will call personally. So we have completed the chapter in history, and most probably next week we will be starting political science. Details I will give you later. It will be politics will be our next session. So read the textbook. If you are having doubt, you can call me. Hari Om. Thank you.